Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm diving into something a little different, something that's both fascinating and deeply unsettling. We all know the internet can be a dark place, but sometimes you stumble upon rabbit holes that you wish you hadn't. So grab a snack, turn off the lights, and let's explore 4 deeply disturbing internet rabbit holes that I fell into. Segment 1. The Dark Web. First up is the infamous Dark Web, a hidden corner of the internet that most people only hear about in whispers. I remember the first time I learned about it. The idea that there was an entire underground internet filled with secrets, mysteries, and horrors intrigued me. Curiosity got the best of me, and I decided to take a peek. I downloaded a special browser, typed in a random hidden service link, and suddenly, I was inside a world that felt like stepping into a horror movie. There were forums for hackers, marketplaces selling everything from stolen credit cards to illegal substances, and cryptic messages that felt like they were written in code. But what really got to me were the sites that showcased disturbing content, things I wish I could forget. One link led me to a live stream with an anonymous chat. The screen was dark, and at first I thought it was a glitch. Then, the camera adjusted, and I saw a chair in the center of the room, empty, waiting. The chat started buzzing. Almost time. Is this real? He's coming. I felt a chill crawl down my spine. Then the screen glitched, and suddenly there was someone sitting in the chair. A man, blindfolded, tied up, breathing heavily. I slammed my laptop shut. My heart was pounding. I wanted to believe it was fake, some twisted performance. But the way he struggled, the fear in his breathing, it felt too real. For weeks, I couldn't shake the feeling that someone was watching me. My phone would buzz with unknown numbers. My Wi-Fi would randomly cut out. I even started hearing whispers at night. Was it paranoia, or had I stumbled into something I was never meant to see? For days, I couldn't stop thinking about what I had seen. My rational mind told me it had to be fake, some elaborate hoax designed to scare people like me. But deep down, something felt off. Then, strange things started happening. My phone buzzed in the middle of the night, an unknown number. No message, no missed call, just a notification that quickly vanished. My Wi-Fi disconnected randomly, always around the same time. And then, one night, while scrolling through my laptop, I saw something that made my blood turn cold. A file had appeared on my desktop. I didn't download anything. I didn't click on anything suspicious. But there it was, watchme.mp4. My hands trembled as I hovered over the file. I knew I shouldn't open it. Every instinct screamed don't. But my curiosity, the same curiosity that led me to the dark web in the first place, won. I clicked. At first, the video was static, then it flickered. A dark room, dimly lit. A chair, the same chair I had seen in the live stream. But this time, it wasn't empty. Someone was sitting in it. Only, it wasn't the same man. It was me. I couldn't breathe. My mind was racing. The video quality was grainy, but the figure sitting in the chair had my hoodie, my posture, my face. Then, the screen glitched, and a message flashed across in red text, "Stop looking." I slammed my laptop shut and yanked the battery out. My heart was pounding so hard I thought it might explode. That night, I barely slept. Every shadow in my room felt like it was watching me. Every sound outside my window made me jump. The next morning, I took my laptop to a tech expert. He scanned it for malware, viruses, anything that could explain what had happened. But there was nothing. No suspicious files, no record of a video. No proof that any of it had ever existed. That was the day I swore never to go back. But sometimes late at night, I still get anonymous messages. No words, no context, just a link, and I never click. Segment 2, the Momo Challenge. Next, I stumbled upon the Momo Challenge. It started as a creepy viral phenomenon with a grotesque figure appearing in children's videos, supposedly encouraging them to harm themselves. I was intrigued and horrified at the same time. I watched videos of parents discussing their children's reactions, and it made my skin crawl. The thought that something so sinister could infiltrate innocent content was terrifying. I found myself questioning everything I watched online, wondering if there was something lurking behind the screen. At first, I thought it was just another internet hoax, a story blown out of proportion to scare people. But then I started hearing first-hand accounts from parents, teachers, even friends who had younger siblings. Some kids claimed they had received messages from Momo. cryptic, unsettling texts telling them to do awful things. Others described waking up to missed calls from unknown numbers, only to hear distorted whispers on the other end. And then I saw it for myself. One night, I was scrolling through YouTube, watching random videos. In the middle of a harmless children's cartoon, the screen glitched, the colors distorted for just a second, so fast I almost thought I imagined it. Then there she was, that face, the bulging eyes, the wide, eerie grin. It was just a flash, maybe half a second, but it was there. I yanked my headphones off, my heart pounding. Had I really seen it? Or was my mind playing tricks on me? I tried to rewind, but the video played normally. No distortion, no Momo. I checked the comments. Nothing. No one else had mentioned anything strange. But I knew what I saw. For days, I felt uneasy. Every notification on my phone made me jump. Every time my screen flickered, I held my breath. And then one night, I woke up to a notification. It was a WhatsApp message from an unknown number. Play with me. I didn't respond. I blocked the number immediately. But the next night, another message came. A different number. Why are you ignoring me? I turned off my phone, feeling sick to my stomach. I don't know who or what was behind the Momo challenge. Maybe it really was just a hoax. Maybe it was just trolls trying to scare people. But one thing is for sure, I never watched YouTube the same way again. After blocking the second number, I tried to convince myself it was over. Just some prank, some coincidence. But deep down, I wasn't so sure. For the next few nights, I slept with my phone on silent, face down on my nightstand. I avoided social media, stopped watching YouTube before bed, and tried to forget. Then one night, my phone buzzed again. Not a text this time. A call. Unknown caller. I stared at the screen, my hands turning cold. I didn't answer. A few seconds later, another call. Unknown caller. I grabbed my phone and turned it off completely. But as I set it down, I saw something that made my stomach drop. My phone's reflection in the dark screen. There was a figure behind me. I spun around so fast I almost fell out of bed, but there was nothing there. Just my dark, empty room. Heart pounding, I grabbed my blanket and wrapped myself in it like a shield. I didn't sleep that night. The next morning, I turned my phone back on. No missed calls, no texts, nothing. Like it never happened. For days, I refused to use my phone at night, but the fear never left. Was someone watching me? Were the messages part of some larger game? Or had I simply let my imagination get the best of me? Then one evening, I got an email. No subject, no sender, just a single attachment, a picture. I hesitated before opening it. When I finally did, my blood ran cold. It was a photo of my house, taken from the street. I slammed my laptop shut. I didn't sleep at all that night. The next day, I changed all my passwords, factory reset my phone, and deleted every account I could think of. And just like that, it stopped. No more calls, no more messages. To this day, I don't know if I was just an unlucky target of some sick prank or if I had come too close to something I wasn't supposed to see. All I know is that ever since then, I never open strange messages, I never answer unknown calls, and I never, ever look too long at distorted images online. Because you never know what might be staring back. Segment 3, the SCP Foundation. Next, I stumbled upon the Momo Challenge. It started as a creepy viral phenomenon, with a grotesque figure appearing in children's videos, supposedly encouraging them to harm themselves. I was intrigued and horrified at the same time. I watched videos of parents discussing their children's reactions, and it made my skin crawl. The thought that something so sinister could infiltrate innocent content was terrifying. I found myself questioning everything I watched online, wondering if there was something lurking behind the screen. At first, I thought it was just a creative writing project, but as I delved deeper, I realized it was so much more. The SCP Foundation is a fictional organization that contains and studies supernatural entities, known as SCPs. Each entry is meticulously detailed, describing bizarre and often horrifying creatures and phenomena. I found myself reading late into the night, captivated by the chilling stories of entities that could manipulate reality or drive people to madness. Some of the tales felt so real that I started to question my own sanity. I even found myself looking over my shoulder, half expecting to see one of these creatures lurking in the shadows. It was a fascinating yet deeply unsettling experience that left me feeling uneasy long after I closed my laptop. At first, I reassured myself, it's just fiction. a collection of eerie stories written by creative minds, nothing more. But as I kept reading, something changed. I found classified documents detailing encounters with these strange entities, some harmless, some beyond terrifying. Each report read like a real incident, complete with dates, locations, and horrifying aftermaths. One SCP in particular stuck with me, SCP-087, the Endless Staircase. It described a dark stairwell that seemed to descend forever, with an unknown entity lurking in its depths. Security footage supposedly showed researchers descending, only to never return. Their last transmissions were filled with desperate breathing, whispers, and a growing sense of pure dread. I couldn't shake the feeling that this was more than just fiction. Late at night, when my apartment was completely silent, I thought I heard faint footsteps. Not inside, but somewhere distant, somewhere below. Another story caught my eye. SCP-173, the statue. A grotesque humanoid figure that remained motionless unless you broke eye contact. If you blinked, even for a second, it would snap your neck instantly. I scoffed at first. A killer statue? Come on. But later that night, as I turned off my lights and glanced at the shadowy corner of my room, I couldn't shake the irrational fear that something had moved when I wasn't looking. The deeper I went, the worse it got. One day, while scrolling through an SCP forum, I found a classified file. The post claimed that some SCPs were real, that the Foundation truly existed. But the public dismissed it as fiction because it was the only way to keep people from asking too many questions. The thought haunted me. What if we've already encountered these things, but we just don't know it? That night, my laptop screen flickered, and for a split second, I thought I saw an unfamiliar document open on its own. SCP, observing subject. Before I could read more, my screen went black. I never found that file again. Segment 4, the internet's most disturbing videos, the ones you can't unsee. Finally, I stumbled upon a collection of the internet's most disturbing videos. I was curious, thinking it would be like watching a horror movie. But what I found was far more disturbing than I anticipated. These videos included everything from unsettling pranks to real-life tragedies, and some were so graphic that I had to stop watching. One video in particular showed a group of people engaging in a dangerous challenge that went horribly wrong. The sheer shock of witnessing something so real and tragic made me feel sick to my stomach. I realized that some things are better left unseen, and I regretted my curiosity. It was a harsh reminder of the darker side of human nature and the lengths people will go for views and attention. At first, I thought it was just another rabbit hole of creepy content, the kind of weird, unsettling clips that make your skin crawl but aren't actually real. I expected urban legends, eerie found footage, or maybe even disturbing indie horror films, but I was wrong. The first video was unsettling but innocent enough. A strange masked figure standing in a dimly lit room, whispering gibberish. At first, it seemed like just another cryptic art project, until the whispering suddenly stopped, replaced by complete silence. The figure tilted its head slowly, as if staring straight through the screen. That was just the beginning. The deeper I went, the worse it got. I found a video with no title, just a timestamp. The footage was grainy, almost too dark to see. It showed a person sitting alone in a small, empty room. They didn't move, they didn't blink. They just sat there, staring at the camera. Then, without warning, the screen glitched. The timestamp jumped ahead by several hours. The person was gone, but something else was there. A shadowy figure standing in the exact same spot, its head tilted at an unnatural angle. I slammed my laptop shut, my heart pounding. Then came the worst one, the one I regret watching the most. A live stream. No title, no description, just a darkened room with a single flickering light. At first, nothing happened. I assumed it was just an abandoned stream, until the chat started flooding with messages. Do you see it? Look closer. Behind the door. I leaned in, squinting at the screen. The door in the background was slightly ajar. I hadn't noticed it before. Then, it moved. Not like someone opening it. It was as if something on the other side was breathing, causing it to sway ever so slightly. The chat exploded. It knows we're watching. Don't look away. It's coming. And then, the stream cut to black. No ending, no explanation, just an empty, silent void. I stared at the screen, waiting for something, anything, to pop up, but nothing did. I tried refreshing the page, but the stream was gone. No history, no saved video, like it had never existed. I shut down my computer and tried to sleep, but every time I closed my eyes, I saw that dark room, that barely open door, and the shadow shifting just behind it. Some videos aren't meant to be watched, and some things, once you've seen them, you can never unsee. So there you have it, 4 deeply disturbing internet rabbit holes that I wish I could unsee. The internet is a vast and often dark place, filled with content that can leave a lasting impact. If you ever find yourself wandering down these paths, just remember to tread carefully. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more content, and share your own unsettling internet experiences in the comments below. Until next time, stay safe and keep your curiosity in check.